Hello, good evening, good night, everyone. Welcome. Oops, my light just ran out. I think because my computer went out. Oh, there you go. Hello. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? Hope you are fine. I had an interesting day. Very interesting day. But I'm thankful. I'm very thankful. What about you? How has your day been going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. At the top of the hour, we are going to get started with our IG Live, a very special session with my essential oils sponsor connected to Young Living. And yeah, I'm just excited to introduce her to you guys. And of course, we are getting ready for next week, Thursday evening, when we hold our webinar. So if you have not registered as yet for the webinar, there is a link on our IG page with the registration form. You just sign up there, and we will send you the confirmation, the link, and so on. And payment can be made at our store. We do have our store upstairs, Paynes Plaza, Colomorac, and the cost is just $10 for what will be a very, very informative session. So we are just waiting for others to come on in. Of course, we get started at the top of the hour, but I just wanted to jump on and open up the live so persons can come in, get comfortable, and we are going to have a very, very interesting time tonight. So I'm just waiting for our guest to come in. Brandy Cannon is her name. So knowledgeable, so very knowledgeable on essential oils, and we're going to take you on a little journey this evening. So just come on in and welcome. We get started at 7 p.m. So if you want to go and you just want to run and get something to drink, a nice cool glass of water or juice or whatever, even wine, yep. Go and get your snacks, get comfortable. It's going to be a very, very, very informative evening. And of course, as I said, we're looking forward to having you with us in our webinar next week, Thursday, starting at 7 p.m. Also, 1 hour, Brandy is going to go even deeper into essential oils, how we can use them, why they are so useful, and how you can use them on all stages right across your body. Some persons have been asking, can you also digest them? Yes, you can. And here she is. Hi, Brandy. Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello.
You're on the side, Brandy.
Okay, I'm trying to figure it
out. There you go. There you go.
Okay, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah, brilliant. I was just inviting and welcoming those who jumped on early. I just wanted to get on early to open up early for persons to come on in and make themselves comfortable. As I was saying to them, make yourself comfortable We are going to, no, don't do that. Right, there you go. To make themselves comfortable, we are going to have, it's going to be, I mean, half an hour is going to go really quickly. We're going to start on the top of the hour, 7 p.m. So we're giving our viewers some more time to come on in and join us. But Brandy, I'm so excited to have you. I'm looking forward to next week, Thursday.
Next week, Thursday.
Next week, Thursday. So how has your day been? First of all, let's chat a bit. How has your day been?
It has been busy. It has been
I know.
very
I know.
busy, nonstop.
That sounds about right. That sounds about a Thursday.
Yes, yes. I have a big event coming up tomorrow, so planning for that, and then ready for the weekend when it gets here.
Very good, very good, very good. Excellent. So we're going to get started. So I'm glad I have you hooked up. We are connected. So, you know, Murphy's Law would always kick in, but I think we are good. I think we're good right now. We are connected and we are good. So we're just waiting for other persons to come on in. Of course, we're going to start on the top of the hour. And welcome to Welchare Beauty Live. And this is a special IG Live with our essential oils sponsor for Young Living. And I'm really pleased to share that Welchare Beauty, we are a distributor of essential oils by Young Living. Yes, my girl Brandy hooked us up and we are excited. We've had persons come in and actually purchase some of the oils. I think one of the things that I realize people say is the scent is so strong. And I said, yes, because it's not diluted. We go from seed to seal, and you're going to hear that phrase a lot, seed to seal. So bear that in mind, jot it down, because Brandy is going to go a little bit deeper into that next week. So you need to register to be a part of the webinar. The cost is just $10, $5 US, $10 to be a part of this webinar. And the kind of information that you're going to get is going to be second to none, especially from an expert like Brandy, who has been diving into essential oils for a number of years. So we want you to go into our, on our IG page, you're going to see the link in one of our posts. Please click on it, complete your registration, and we will get back to you. You can make your payments at our store. We are upstairs, Paynes Plaza, Culmer Rock, St. Michael. Come up the stairs. We are the first store on your right, and you can make your payment there. You can make it via cash, or you can make it via debit card, or if you are K-Shepherd card mobile, or if you have the K-Shepherd card mobile app, we can receive payments via the app. Our 4-digit code is 2019, and the cost for the to be a part of this webinar is just $10 Barbados, to be a part of this webinar. We want to invite you to share this with others and let them come on in. I know that persons are really seeking more information on what essential oils are, and we're going to chat a bit about that, and we're going to do that at the top of the hour. We're just waiting for some other persons to come on in and join us. Of course, we get started at 7 p.m. All right? So if you want to go and grab something to eat or something to drink, that's fine, and come on back to be with us. Yeah, I see Messiah Mona. Hope I'm calling that name correctly. Thank you so much for joining. How are you? Also seeing Michelle Braffett just joined us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh, we have Bajan Sunshine Queen. Hi, hi, hi. How are you doing? I hope you are having a great day. And you also have I am Keisha. Keisha, hope you are well. So glad to see you joining us and your beautiful family. That young man is growing beautifully, and just want to continue to pray God's blessing on you. Yep, yep, yep. So come on in. We are going to start at 7 p.m. on the top of the hour. And of course, we are sharing on essential oils. Uh, in store right now, we do have a number of essential oils. We have peppermint, we have lavender. Can't remember if we still have Valor. We have tangerine, we have lime. We had grapefruit. someone took someone took that very early. I'm trying to remember. I think those are the ones that we have right now. But the beautiful thing about Young Living is that the essential oils, I don't even know if there's a number um, in terms of how much oils they have. I mean, uh, some of the titles and some of the names I've never heard. Oh, we have frankincense for sure. We have frankincense in store. And I know that's one of Brandy's favorites. Frankincense we have in store. And if you know, there's a differentiation between frankincense and sacred frankincense. So that is interesting. Of course, when you talk about the sacred frankincense, you're talking about things when, you know, for religious purposes, in the creation of incense and so on, for the incense cases or cylinders and whatnot. So there are many different types um, of essential oils, and we are really happy to have some. Of course, if you have any favorites and you want us to have those in store or those stocked for you, we'll be more than happy to do that for you. If you want to customize an order, we definitely can do that for you. In addition to the essential oils, Young Living also have their special blends, right? Their special blends, and they there are so many of those special blends. And you know, the interesting thing about the Young Living products is that you also get the history of the process, uh, history of the actual ingredients. They are cold pressed, and Brandy, she's the expert, so she's going to be sharing much more about the process and so of those oils. But for those who are into massages, and so there are definitely a massage line with Young Living. So again, if that is something that you are interested in, just send us an email and we can get that information to you. Young Living is very big on education, and that is why we too are from Welchwear Beauty. We are having this webinar coming up next week, Thursday. Next week, Thursday, we'll be having our webinar. The cost is 10 Barbados dollars, 5 US dollars. There is a registration form on the page that you can register by the end of this session. We are going to have it in the bio, so you'll just be clicking on the bio and filling out the registration, and the registration form will get back to you. Payment can be made at our store in Colomaroc. We are in Paynes Plaza, upstairs, Paynes Plaza, Colomaroc, St. Michael. And of course, you can also send your payment via the Cave Shepherd mobile app. Our four digits are 2019 2019. If you want to make that payment using a debit card or credit card, yes, we can facilitate that in store for you when you come and make that payment. You can always give us a call at 832-7008, 832-7008, if you want more information or you want more details in terms of how to register and so on. Give us a call, 832-7008. Well, at the top of the hour, we are going to start this IG Live. My guest is already hooked up with me. Her name is Brandy Cannon, and she is going to be our presenter next week, Thursday, for our webinar. And we want to encourage you to please be a part of that. All right? So we're 2 minutes out. Brandy, she's just organizing some stuff on her end, but she's already connected. Hi, Chantal. So glad to have you. Thank you for joining. And there goes my sister in Christ. Hi there, Destiny and Purpose Academy. Hi there, Annette, all the way from Oklahoma. She's joining to support. And these two ladies, Annette and Brandy, they are the sponsors for Welsh Wear Beauty when it comes to Young Living and essential oils. And I'm really grateful for the hookup with them and for the support that they are giving us right here at Welsh Wear Beauty. So let's get this party started. Good evening, Brandy. How are you doing?
I am doing well. It's been a busy day, but I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and I'm well.
Great. I understand the busy day. I had a very eventful day, but you know what? It's all good. Hi, Royalty. Thank you for joining us. So glad to have you. So we're going to get started with this special IG Live as we prepare for next week, our webinar on essential oils. And as I've been sharing all evening, Brandy is going to be our presenter for that session. The cost is 10 Barbados dollars, and trust me, that's a steal for the kind of information that Brandy is going to give you. So, Brandy, let's start by just giving some background about you, a little about yourself. Who is Brandy?
Oh my gosh, what a big question.
Oh my God.
Well, so Brandy Cannon,
Okay, you're sticking a bit, Brandy. We're seeing you in slow motion. Okay, here comes Mr. Murphy. Brandy, if you're hearing me and you can just shift a little bit, there you go. Right, you were sticking there. So let's go again.
Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Perfect.
Okay, yeah. Good. Okay, so I was just saying that I'm a wife and I'm a mother of two. I have two boys, 7 and 11, Roman and Ian, and they are just energetic and fantastic. I'm, of course, a daughter. I have a fantastic mom who loves oils, and I'm a marital and family therapist. I do a lot of work with moms and babies. And so That's what I spend my time doing. You know, I'm with my family, I'm in the community, and just love being with people and sharing and helping.
Excellent. Brandy, I know when I was reading your bio, that you're a lactation nurse.
Well,
Did I get it correct?
that's close. I'm actually a marital and family therapist. Are we still
Okay.
lagging a little? Okay, marital family therapist. And then, you know, when I was working for this program, I'm a home visitor in that. And so I go into the homes helping moms who are pregnant or delivered. And so I just figured out it would be helpful to have some more training. And so I'm a certified lactation consultant. And so I help moms.
Consultant.
Yes, yes.
Great. So tell us about your journey into essential oils. How did you get started?
That's a great question. So it's all tied to my children for the most part. I think I've always kind of been a wellness person. You know, I love to work out. I play basketball. I've been pretty mindful about my health, and all the areas of wellness of my life, including spiritual and all those that go with it. When I had my first son, Roman, he was very young, probably 2 years old, and he was having some uh, symptoms that they were calling allergy induced symptoms, but they really presented like an asthma. And so wheezing
Right.
and some of that. And so we would do treatments. That's what the doctors prescribed. And it just didn't sit right with me for him to be so young having to do this. And I just wanted to reach back to what was natural and what was pure and holistic. That's kind of my treatment approach as well. And so I just started researching and reading, and that's what I did. I started to take out the chemicals and toxins in our home, and I started to bring in more pure and natural products. And within a short period of time, I saw a difference. Um,
Oh,
and he actually had to have treatments at 2 and 3 years old. And after I started making those changes, we have never used, you know, that inhaler or those treatments again. So really, it is tied to my children wanting to have a healthier, cleaner, safe, you know, pure home for them, and we definitely have done that.
okay. Well, I know in the Caribbean that I mean my journey from a child, my skin. My parents used to say to me, "Gil, you were a very expensive child. Very expensive. And the
Okay.
time you popped out, you were expensive because allergies, things like eczema.
Yeah.
So my medication had to be actually mixed. Persons look at me and they're like, "You had eczema?" Because my skin and so on has cleared up, and I'm really thankful for that. But it was a journey. I know from when I was like in my very young, going to primary school, 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Those years were challenging because you eat everything as a child, but I couldn't, I really couldn't. If not, my whole face would just break out in a rash, and the itching was unbearable, and so what I ate was important. Um, Things like too much acid in my body would just send me all out in hives. So I do understand the challenge for a lot of young people. Well, not just young people, but a lot of people who now have children, and their children are being challenged with things like asthma and uh, all types of allergies and so on. So I do understand that. I'm sure we have persons on the line who can relate to what we are talking about. But how did then, as you started to take out chemicals and turn more holistic, what then pushed you to then start to embrace things like essential oils?
Sure. So in my research and in my hope to find, you know, products that were cleaner, um, I know there's just a godsend, right? I was doing work as a children's counselor at a domestic violence shelter, and I just happened to be pregnant. And so, you know, your immune system's already just a little bit more challenged when you're pregnant. So,
Yes.
just trying to stay healthy in that environment because it was a live-in shelter for these families. I had a friend who was also a therapist and a nurse, and she would come by my office and she'd say, "Oh, just rub this on. Oh, just try this," and she'd leave stuff in my office. And you know, at that point, I was like, let's try," and I did. I started to use some roll-ons. I started to diffuse in my office, um, and uh, there was just a little bit of time before I said, what's really going on here? Like, what is this? So she led me to using essential oils and kind of, you know, researching and inquiring more. And I'm really grateful for her today. She is my sponsor, and her sister, who is a Royal Crown Diamond in Young Living, actually was her sponsor, so or shared with her. So
You
that's
see,
kind
so
of
I've come down the line. I'm the baby in the family. I'm the baby in the family, but that's fine. That's fine.
okay. We're
But
all family.
Welch, where we are really excited to be able to bring this line of product when we are talking essential oils. And one of the things you would hear us speak a lot about is that with the Young Living product, it is not diluted. And we do see those essential oils on the market. Yes, they cost just a few dollars. And it smells nice the first couple of times, but then you will realize that the strength of the scent starts to wane the longer you keep it. With Young Living oils, you would hear us talk about from seed to seal. And I'm going to let Brandy explain what we mean when we talk about from seed to seal with Young Living essential oils.
Sure. And we're going to talk more about that next week too. But
Definitely.
what you want to think about when we talk about any product that goes in your body or on your body, right? You want to know how it is harvested, how it is grown, how it is planted, all of these parts of the process before it gets to your home and on your body. And so Young Living has what's called seed to seal. And so seed, cultivate, distill, and test. And so they're guaranteeing pure oils and a therapeutic grade. And so that's what we have to also teach people is when we go into a store and we're getting any product, but specifically, since we're talking about Young Living oils and oils in general, you have to look at that label and know what's in your product. And you also have to know how that product got to your door. So yes, if there are oils that are going to be a little less expensive, or you open an oil and you can barely smell it, then you have to have some questions. You raise some questions about what was the process that it took from that plant or that tree or that shrub or that rind to get to my doorstep? And is it the best grade of oil that I can put on my body or in my body?
Yeah. Well, you would have been, for those who are following us, you would have seen in the last week, throughout this week, we've been sharing a lot of information about the Young Living, about the fields that they have engaged in terms of growing their products, the way how they are harvested. You're seeing us because Young Living is very big on education, and as a distributor, we are also very, very big on educating our customers about these essential oils from Young Living. So check us out if you have not followed us as yet. We want to invite you to follow our page, Welch Wear Beauty, and see the information that we are posting, because we want to educate and let you know that this is a good product. For you, Brandy, how important is it to actually test and well, what have you found as you've been using these products over the years?
They are a part of my everyday life. And of course, I have lots of stories, but some of my favorite stories are like when I gather at my grandmother's house, where my grandmother had 8 children. So her grandchildren and cousins and all of us, and I can walk in the door and someone's like, "Hey, did you bring that oil bag?" You know, and so I'm walking around layering oils on people, but and that's because what people know and experience, from the first time, is that when you try it and when you use it, something changes, something happens, it works. And so for me, just a part of my everyday life, I wake up in the morning and I use them on my skin. I use them in my diffuser, to kind of open up my home, cleanse the air. So many different ways. I've been in exams where I've taken, peppermint oil, and I clear the air and kind of change the energy in that room. I use them on my children. My children are oil babies. So every person in my life probably knows it. And probably people who don't know me see me coming, I've got oils. There's a saying, I've got an oil for that. And that's how I feel. That's exactly how
Yep.
I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the flip side, that there's an app for that, there's an oil for that. One of the things here in the Caribbean that have impacted us in the last couple of weeks, probably last month or so, we are very close to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and they just had a volcanic eruption, and a lot of the I almost said the snow. A lot of the ash came to Barbados, so we had ash fall, and it was really bad. For persons who are challenged with breathing and so on, what would you recommend for them in terms of essential oils?
What we try to do is we try to look at the systems of the body. And I love how you were talking about educating. We try to look at it, never as prescribing, but always looking at the system of their body. Everybody knows their body best, right? You're the expert on your body. You have a team of helpers that, you may have doctors and nurses and naturopaths and aromatherapists, all these support people, but you know your body best. So what you have to do is you look at the system of the body. Is it your endocrine system? Is it, are you having trouble with your lungs or sinus cavity? Like what system? And then we go at it from a systems point of view. And what we know is that there are so many oils that kind of cross over and work in those areas. And so in our home, when we have a change in the season and we need just a little fresher air, then we like to go to a lemon oil. We like to go to a lime oil. We like to go to lavender. And some people kind of think like lavender, but lavender is, I think they call it the Swiss Army, knife of oils, right? And so those are some. And when in doubt, bring Frank out. That's frankincense.
Bring out Frank. And of course, right? When we're talking frankincense.
But we're going to talk about that next week. I'm really excited about that. I try to make sure that when I do those presentations that we can kind of look at some of those different systems, because instead of, asking someone, well, what are you dealing with? Because we have so many things going on, right? There may be lots of factors, but we can look at the system and say, decide the system of your body that you need the most help with right now. And just pay a little bit more attention to that. Choose some oils that are going to support that system. And what you're going to see is benefits to all of those other systems of your body.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much. So if you are on with us, and thank you so much for joining us, you want to be a part of our webinar next week, Thursday, 7 p.m. You should see a registration form on our page. You need to complete that registration form. Once you do that and send that to us, we will then connect with you in terms of the link for the webinar, as well as to arrange your payment. And the cost is $5 US, 10 Barbados dollars, and you can make those payments at our store upstairs, Cullamorock, upstairs Payne Plaza, Cullamorock, Welchware Beauty. The signage is up. You can't miss us. Once you come up the stairs, we are the first store on the right. And come on in, we can receive your cash. Or if you need to do a debit payment, we can do that debit payment. If you have the K-Shopping mobile app, we can receive your payment. And our 4-digit code is 2019. 2019. $10 for the amount of information that you're going to receive is going to be absolutely amazing. We want to invite you to tell someone else, register for someone else, and get the information. I know, Brandy, a lot of people at this time in their lives, they are looking for more balance. And a lot of them are looking for alternative methods, just like you did. In terms of their body, they're exercising, but things like the immune system, persons with children who have a lot of like colds, repeated colds, and so on, to have the oils for the diffusers.
Yes, yes. So did you want to see some oils, or do you want me to talk about
Yeah,
like
so I know that you have some oils
oh
that you
yes.
can show some of our viewers. Go
Yes.
right ahead.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. This is exciting,
She
right?
has a bag of oils. Literally.
I do, right. I have one that says I have an oil for that my sister made, but I also have some little cute, I have them everywhere. So
She have a carrying bag for her
I
oils.
have tons of them, but I wanted to show you in my purse first of all, right? If I just pull out my little strappy purse, because I'm a home visitor, so I have to move around. So in my purse, I carry a Thieves sanitizing spray here. So I'm
Okay.
always ready. And Thieves, you cannot use oils and not use Thieves. My goodness, this you have to keep in there. This one, and I just have a few in my purse I want to share. So this one is a roll-on, and this is Kid Power. So my kiddos have their own. So we get in the car or we're starting the day, they grab it, they roll on a little bit, and we take a deep breath and we start a new adventure, with Kid Power.
Right, so you're applying that directly on the skin.
Directly on the skin. And we'll talk more about that, I'm sure, next week. How we apply these, how we use all of these different oils. And then one of my, this stays in my purse. I never run out of this. This is Breathe Again. This is also a roll-on. So between Kid Power and Breathe Again, my kiddos are rolled on
Okay.
before we, get started in our day. And the last one in my purse is frankincense. Now that's just my purse. So in my oil bag, there's a whole gang of other oils. So if I can just make a quick distinction for you, and then you can,
Sure.
we can move forward. And so this one is going to be a lavender. Does that show well on there?
Yes.
Lavender, and it's got a nice colorful label. And then this one's going to be peppermint, and it's got a white label. And so we're going to talk more, about that also. But one's going to be designated for a dietary use, and then it has just a general use. So we'll definitely talk more about that. So I keep, both types, all types, roller balls, sprays, everywhere I go. I'm always armed and ready.
Well, I can tell you that we have the lavender essential oil in store, and we also have the peppermint essential oil in store. We have, I believe, tangerine or lemon, and we have frankincense in store. So we're not doing too bad with our collection for our customers.
Absolutely. They're all oils that I keep in my home somewhere or on me. So those are great oils.
Great. So I don't know if any of our viewers have any questions. Just drop a note in the chat if you have any questions for Brandy. But of course, as I said, we want you to join us in our webinar next week, Thursday. And again, very small cost of $10, $5 US, $10 Barbados. And there's a registration form on our page that you can complete the registration. And we'll soon have that in our bio so that you can go to our bio on our link tree and just complete that form. Brandy, is there anything else you want to share? I know you're holding a whole lot for next week when we really let you loose on these essential oils. But is there if there is one thing or two things that you can share with our viewers to encourage them to start on this path, what would it be? Or to add essential oils to their life, what would it be?
Let's see. One, I would say be open. You know, if you've never used oils before, you've never used a product before, sometimes we drag our feet, or we just need a little bit more information. But be open. Be open to learning, be open to trying something out, and expect. So be open and expect a change, expect a difference. And in particularly with Young Living oils, you will be changed and you will be wowed. It will change your life. So yes, be open. And I think that applies to, our life, our life in general. Be open, and then expect the change, and know it's coming.
Okay, brilliant. For persons who are first-time moms with very young children, how would you introduce them to oils in terms of which one to use, even in around the infant and so on? Which ones would you direct them to use to start?
That's a really great question too. Let me see what I have here in my little
in her oil pouch.
So like I said before, my two children, they are oil babies. From, Roman started a little bit later because he was about 3 when I started learning about oils, but Ian was born, smelling oils, and when when he has an ailment or he has a challenge, he's asked, "Where are the oils, Mom?" And so he's acclimated to using natural products on his body. And so Young Living has a children's line, actually. And this one that I have is Tummy Jize. And so what you'll find in
Can you hold it up a little higher?
Yes, I'm sorry. What you'll see
Perfect.
in the name of the oils oftentimes is that it kind of addresses, those systems that you might be, working on. And so this one's Tummy Jize. And so I use oils from the children's line, but I also use just the regular oils as well on children. And what we do when we're working with children, or anyone that may have sensitive skin, is that we can dilute the oil with a fatty oil. So we'll talk more about essential oil versus fatty oil and how we combine those and what the purpose is. But for young children and for new moms who still want to be able to use those products, it's safe, it's okay. We educate and we guide and we talk about that. And we absolutely, in some of these oils that are actually in the children's line, they are diluted with a coconut oil or some fatty oil.
Okay. Mm-hmm. We do have a question. What type of oil would you use on dark spots and also on dark skins?
Well, I think what we would do is look at the system of the body. And so when we're looking at our skin, we're looking at a lot of different things, right? So we want to keep it nice and hydrated, drink lots of water, be careful what you're putting on that skin, keep it nice and clean. But for me, in my everyday, usage for my skin, I like to use lavender. I like to use frankincense. I like to use sandalwood. Sandalwood. I like to use joy. I go to frankincense is always a go-to, and that's what I use on my skin. And then there are also other products that are made with the essential oils in them. So there's a cleanser and there's moisturizers that have the essential oils that are going to have those constituents that heal and rejuvenate the skin and the body.
Okay. Okay. So again, it comes down to education, and we can reach out to Chantal and give her some more information. As I said, all week long we've been sharing some short videos, and sharing information about the oils, where the oils are from, how they are harvested, um, and also how they are created, how oils are pressed. They go through a specific process. Um, they are authentic or ethical ways that Young Living engage the farmers and the farms that they are working with in terms of how they process the essential oils. Because what is amazing is that you have this little bottle, but it takes so much lime to go into that essential oil.
Yes.
It takes so much, so that is why we, again, you hear the term from seed to seal.
From
That is what it all comes down to, the quality. And because we know that it takes a lot to get into that bottle,
yes,
you know,
I love how you're talking about that seed to seal. It's integrity of the company.
yes,
Yes, to maintain, that therapeutic grade, that pure oil. Yes. And one drop of peppermint oil is like 28 cups of peppermint tea. I mean, yes, it's powerful.
wow,
It's powerful. So a little goes a long way.
brilliant. Well, we have about 2 more minutes in our
Wow.
live, but I told you it's going to go fast. I told you.
You're great at
So
this.
we want you to please register and become a part of sign up and become a part of the webinar to next week, Thursday, 7 p.m. Register, invite other persons to register. This is a time when we need to take care of our bodies, we need to take care of this temple. So much is happening that is impacting our physical, and wherever possible that we can rethink of how we're doing. I mean, my husband, he, last 8 weeks, he has been on this program in terms of how he eats, his vegetables. He's introducing more vegetables. He's introducing more fruit, and then fruit that is high in antioxidants. And he's exercising, and you're seeing it, the results of that. And then to introduce things like these oils that can help the way, I mean, your breathing system. A few drops in a diffuser clears the atmosphere, and we've had some very challenging times in the last couple of months in terms of atmosphere and purifiers. So these oils are good purifiers that would help you even with your breathing. I've said a lot. I'm not the expert. Brandy, is there anything you want to say as we are closing out this session?
That is great. You do know a lot. I love this. Absolutely. They are like antioxidants. They're oxygenating, and you're right. Once it's in your system, it helps. It helps to open up and provide oxygen and living, capability in your body. It helps your cells.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. One last question, I promise. Last question. What can persons who sign up for the webinar next week, what can they expect?
Oh, good. That's a good question. So we are going to dive into Essential Oils 101. We're going to talk about how you use oils. Are they safe? We're going to talk about systems in your body and which oils will help those systems. And we're going to talk about wellness in general, how when we make good choices for our bodies, our minds, our spirits, and we pair them with tools like essential oils, how life-changing that can be.
Great. Thank you so much. I don't have any more questions from our viewers. So I want to say thank you to all those who logged on to be a part of this. Please come on and register, be a part of the webinar. Next week, Thursday, 7 p.m., there is a registration form on our site. You need to complete that registration form. The cost is 10 Barbados dollars, and you can make that payment at our store upstairs, Paynes Plaza, Colomara, or you can send that payment via your K-Shepherd mobile app. We are a K-Shepherd mobile partner. Our 4-digit number is 2019. Or if you need to make the payment via debit or a credit card payment, we can facilitate that for you as well. Well, Miss Brandy, thank you so much for sharing the knowledge, and we are looking forward to next week to get more information for you. Annette, thank you so much. So glad you enjoyed our time together. And until next week, God bless all of you, and thank you. Watch our page. If you have not followed us as yet, please follow us, follow Welch Rare Beauty, follow the information, follow the knowledge that trail that we are leaving as we talk about essential oils. We're going to make this video a part of our IG Live for those who want to come back and have a look at it. We're going to do that and post that for you. Until next week, thank you so much, Brandy. Have an amazing night, and thank you for sharing your knowledge with us all the way over in Barbados in the Caribbean, where you need to come real soon, girl. As soon as you can, you need to come on over.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye-bye.